Yo, we need to talk. I I've had enough of this. Like this relationship only serves you and I'm just sick of it. I refuse to keep carrying this burden. This extra weight. It's too much, man. Like it's too much. No matter how hard I work at this, you simply won't fucking change. Like I'm sick of your selfishness. I just gotta I gotta take action, man. Like I have to do this for me and I can't consider you in it anymore. I just can't. I'm ending this. I'm nice enough not to make you move immediately, but you will be gone before summer. I can't say we didn't have a good time together, but we just we just got too comfortable, man. That's it. But I want more. I can't keep lugging you around anymore. I gotta just do me. So this is it. Oh shit. Was that recording the whole damn time? Fuck. Hey guys. Sorry you had to hear that. I'm kind of going through a breakup right now. We've been together for quite some time, most of my life actually. Yeah, I went ahead and broke up with my love handles. Enough is enough. I can't lug this extra weight around anymore. I'm trying to be a thought for the summer.
Yeah, the outline with Kevin Dwayne, Kevin Dwayne. Yeah, the outline. With Kevin Dwayne. The outline. With Kevin Dwayne. This is the outline with Kevin Dwayne. Kevin Dwayne. Kevin Dwayne. With Kevin Dwayne.
Yo, what's up? This is another episode of the Outline Podcast with Kevin Dwayne. Thank you so much for joining me for another show. It is a special week for me. It is the week of my 32nd birthday. My birthday's on Friday, March 9th. I couldn't be any more pleased. Like, I am happy to see another year of life. Being a black gay man, beating more and more statistics every damn day, out here winning. I'm in my best health ever. I mean, I feel great. I'm out here doing 2-a-days. I'm eating clean. I'm doing the damn thing. My skin is popping. I ain't got no fuck boys in my life. I'm feeling super good about seeing another year of life. So I'm very, very, very happy this week. And I'm going to be surrounded by loved ones this weekend. I'm keeping it simple. Just having my closest, and I mean closest friends over. I went through my text thread. If I talk to you in the last couple weeks, chances are you will be here on Friday. And if not, I will catch you when I catch you because that means you just aren't that close to me. I am so excited by the simplicity of the celebration that's going to happen this weekend. So I'm thrilled. And my best friend is flying in. Christina is flying in. And I'm just excited to see her. I'm excited to allow my other, not allow, that's a terrible word. I don't own her, but just for her to meet other people that I care about and just I'm excited for the conversation. I'm excited for the fellowship. It's a good time. It's a good time, but I will get into more about me turning 32 and the journey and all that good stuff. But first, I wanted to thank you all for the reviews and comments you guys had on the podcast and also on last week's show. I know you guys were entertained by me telling all about getting catfished at goddamn Mellow Mushroom. And I'm glad that me being vulnerable made great entertainment for you all. You guys had some pretty great comments. I want to just point out a few of you because I really appreciated the love that you guys sent me. A Tall Drink on Instagram, and that's ATALLDRYNK. He said, love the episode, Kevin, and that is so fucked up that you got catfish. You're too cute to even deal with that. Definitely FaceTime moving forward. Hashtag niggas ain't shit. Listen, that's a word. You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you. And I'm all about FaceTiming. In fact, after that happened, I met somebody else on Tinder, and within seconds I said, hey, you want to hop on FaceTime? And he definitely obliged. I ended up talking to him for like 9 hours, by the way. We were vibing out like on music and stuff, so it was cool. I'll report back maybe on whatever happens with that, but it was a great conversation, and I got to see that he was in fact a real person that looked like his pics. So you're absolutely right, A Tall Drink. I will FaceTime moving forward, and if they have a problem with it, that's on them. Who gives a goddamn? Somebody else, official_K Green, said, oh, poor guy, I'm truly sorry that happened to you. I would have been so pissed off. Yeah, I was certainly pissed off. Like, words can't even describe, but I actually got over it pretty quickly, and I'm excited for my resilience. Another thing I'll talk about later on in the show, because it comes with age. You take a licking and you keep on ticking, or you take a ticking and you keep on licking. Whatever party you're a part of is cool. On Twitter, one of my favorite followers, Kayla Stevenson at Memphis Diva 99, said, my cousin Kevin got catfish. Just wrong. Kevin, who ass do I need to kick? Listen, this is not a real person, so Kaylee, we'll hold off on kicking anybody's ass right now. We're just gonna charge it to the game. But I appreciate you, my cousin in podcasting. Thank you so much for having my back. I appreciate it. Also, Harold Peanut. This is at pnutty0921 on Twitter. He said, Kevin, thank you for using your platform to address the Kaya epidemic in the Black gay community. I want to say that it's the younger brothers who want so desperately to be accepted. I can't call it, but thank you for addressing it. Listen, my pleasure. Like, I'm not here to bash anybody. You guys know it's all about love on this end, but I do like to make observations about toxic behavior and things that just aren't right. And I just feel like Kaya is just not someone that we should really herald as Black gay men. And I got a little bit of flack from that. I actually had a couple people hit my inbox, like, just not necessarily insulting me, but they're like, oh, you need to leave Kaya alone. Like, stop being so sensitive. And I just like, listen, you love who you want to love, but I'm not anti her, but I'm definitely not pro her. I don't care. I don't want anything to do with her. It's toxic. And I'm not going to celebrate anyone who doesn't celebrate me or someone who doesn't see me as a fucking human. So how about that? On the Facebook fan page, Ryan Gurley said, loving the latest podcast. Jamil Dooley said, let me go ahead and get into this while I'm having my coffee. Expect tweets. I'm wired. I appreciate you, Jamil. Thank you so much, Dooley. Make sure you guys check out his podcast too. Dooley noted. I feel like I've known him in Twitter land and in real land for years, man. What was it, like 2010? Something like that. So thank you for the continued support. Move on over to Grab Your Jimmy, who was also on the show. On Twitter, he said, another amazing episode of the Outline podcast, and he has a gift of Wendy Williams dancing. He says, this is my reaction to the catfish story. At first, I was like, yes, date, come through. And then you're like, wait, this nigga just made me waste my gas and I get stood up? Man, wasted all my resources. But hey, I got no big deal. No big deal. You live and you learn. So thank you so much. Anybody else I want to highlight? Let's see. Oh, on SoundCloud, Marcus Jackson, he said, love it. LOL. I agree. The best way to meet fine guys are face-to-face at bars, volunteering, house parties. Listen, volunteering might be a good look. At least I know they probably have some kind of, heart and compassion and giving. So I might have to hit that up. I've done the bar and house party things. No luck there, but hey, whatever. I also got a lot of support for the opening credits. You guys like my openings with the little comedy bits. I appreciate that. I hear that you guys have been laughing, and that's music to my ears. I am super happy that you guys are enjoying that. So thank you so much for the support. And then we got 2 new reviews on Apple Podcasts last week. The first one was from Joel J. Page. It says, "Awesome podcast" is the title. "Been listening since the beginning, and I make it a point not to miss your podcast. Funny and great advice. Keep up the great work." Thank you so much, Joel. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your consistency. Thank you so much for everything. I truly appreciate it. Like, it's people like you all who keep this going, and it means a lot that me hopping in here every week just does something for you all, and it makes your week. That means a lot, because I know what it's like for me to like podcasts and want to hear them. So it's nice to know that there's other people who treat my podcast the same way. So thank you so much. Another review said, "Great podcast" as a title. This is from C. Wilson. It said, "Keep up the amazing work. I listen every time and I'm subscribed. You keep it fresh and quick, never too long, and straight on with your message and delivery. Great job." Thank you so much, C. I appreciate that. And I want to read one more by Surf and Terp 007. Okay. It says, "Kevin is the man. Kevin's show is super dope. I tune in every week without fail. He is so relatable, rational, intelligent, fun, funny, and can be serious when it's warranted. He's a Pisces, and Lord knows I love me a Pisces man. His confidence has really skyrocketed since he's changed his lifestyle in various ways." Like, thank you. I appreciate it. Like, these comments mean so much to me. Like, you guys have no idea. So thank you so much, and continue leaving your comments. Continue going on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, leaving your ratings. Rate it 5 stars, 4 at the least, but give it 5 stars. Leave your comments. This is what drives me up in Apple Podcasts, and who knows, your comment could be featured on the next show. So thank you all so much for those lovely comments. Let's get to what's going on in pop culture. Not too much this week, but we know the Oscars happen, and we know Oscars so white. That's how it works out. We go through the same thing every year, but I do want to highlight that Jordan Peele won Best Original Screenplay for Get Out. Get Out was movie of the year last year. Like, just no doubt about it. That was the best movie, hands down, last year. And I'm telling you right now, Black Panther is the movie of this year. Hands down, no fucking doubts about it. It just crossed 900 million globally. Like, man, it's killing the game right now. And I saw it for a 4th time on Sunday, y'all. Like, I still don't think I'm done. I still don't think I am done. At this point, Black Panther has gotten about 96 of my doll hairs out of my wallet. 96. I have bought 4 tickets at $20 a pop. I have a commemorative cup. I bought a cocktail at the last one. I need to fucking write off my gas on my taxes. Like, I have spent so much on Black Panther, and it doesn't feel like a loss. It's not a loss at all. It's just, it's entertainment, and it's such a good movie, and I love it so much. So, every experience has been different, though. No experience has been the same. I told you guys this last time. The first time I watched it was in IMAX. The second time was 3D RPX. The third time was IMAX 3D. The 4th time, I found a Regal Theater in Johns Creek, which, if you live in Atlanta, is far as fuck, but I live closer to it because I'm in Gwinnett County. So, you know, whatever. OTP. But I went to Regal. It's Regal Medlock Crossing. They have an experience with the butt kicker seats. So it was 3D, it was RPX, but also it had butt kicker recliners. The butt kicker seats actually vibrate and they shake with the music. So basically they have like woofers and stuff inside of the seat. So when it's an action scene, you feel that shit. And the screen was actually quite gigantic. I was very impressed with the screen size. So I sat a little bit closer, and I was very pleased with this experience. Also, they have a bar at this one. So I got me a cocktail. I had a frozen Jack and Coke. So I got a little, a little tipsy while watching a movie. And even then, on the fourth watch, still catching new details, still paying attention to new things. I love movies that you can just break apart like that. You can watch every single time and still find new things to be excited about. So that was my fourth time. I still can't say I'm done. I wouldn't even lie and do that. I may see it one more solid ass time in the theaters. I want to remember this. I really do. And once it leaves theaters, I'm going to be so sad. Yes, I'm going to buy the digital release and watch it on television, but just the movie experience is just so awesome. And I just want to take it in as much as I can before it goes to digital release, which I believe will be around May. That's the timeline for it. So I'm trying to watch it as much as I can in theaters because I love it so much, you guys. Like, and that doesn't mean like after a few watches I am building up my own critiques now. Like, I still love it. There's not much I would change, but I am starting to notice other things now because the honeymoon part is starting to leave. I'm starting to kind of really, really remove my bias and say, okay, did I really need this delivered this way? So, there are some changes in my opinion, but I still love it. Still movie of the year, still one of my favorite movies. And yeah, so I'm just keep breaking records. I'm just so happy for this movement, y'all. But anywho, that's doing this thing. One more thing from the Oscars, Kobe Bryant. He won Best Animated Short for his it was like a little clip called Dear Basketball. I haven't seen it. Apparently a lot of people haven't seen it, but shout out to him for winning that award. I am rooting for everybody black. So shout out to you for that award. What I don't understand is, well, I do understand it, but a lot of people are like hating. I saw something just before hitting up this podcast. So people are petitioning to have the award taken from him or stripped from him. Like, for what? Like, what will this do in the long run? Like, who cares? Like, mind your business. Mind your business. Like, it is so good for your health and well-being to mind your business. And speaking of minding one's own business, so my guilty pleasure watch, I can't believe I'm saying this because it kind of stumbled upon me. Growing up hip hop Atlanta. I mean, instantly when I saw Bow Wow was on the show, I was just turned off. I'm like, you know what? I can't really do anything that Bow Wow's on. And it's funny because Bow Wow and I share a birthday. He's March 9th too. He's March 9th, 1987. I am March 9th, 1986. We are 1 year apart, which means he will be 31 on Friday. But that man, I just can't. I just can't. So I was turned off by it. But somehow, I don't know if I was already on the channel, which is likely. I was already on Wii watching something else, and it came on, and I was intrigued by like Zanique and Ariana, and I was kind of like, okay. But somehow I got sucked into the show, and I ended up binge watching the whole first season and second season, and now I enjoy it. And all that to say is, the person who doesn't mind their business, who needs to mind their business, is Da Brat. My God, when I tell you Da Brat spends so much time being in her feelings about other people's shit, like everything she's upset about in her confessionals has nothing to do with her. And Brat is like 44, 45 years old. I don't understand why she is so invested in all these people in their 20s and 30s. She needs to back the hell up. Like, she's super loyal to JD. I get it. I also respect Da Brat. Da Brat was the first solo female rapper to go platinum. I have all of her albums, actually. I fucks with Brat. But girl, mind your business. She is the type that she don't say shit about her. You don't know what's going on with her on the show. You don't know about her personal life. You don't know nothing. All you see her doing is complaining about what other people are doing, giving comments, and being in her feelings about some shit that don't involve her. Everything that she's been upset about has been stuff that she wasn't involved in at all. And I'm like, girl, like, just mind your business. Mind your business. Like, I'm sure there is a strip club you can go to to ease your mind and enjoy yourself, but this just ain't it. Other side note, I love Deb Atney. I don't know what it is about her, but since the beginning of time, Love and Hip Hop, she's been on a few shows, but Love and Hip Hop, I think, is where I first started seeing her the most. But I love Deb Atney. I don't know what it is about her chain smoking sounding ass, but I fucking love that woman so much. I just love how hard she is and how she don't take no shit. But on the flip side, on the show, she has some vulnerable moments and you're like, damn, see, like, it's something about her. I just love her. Like, I want her to manage me. I wonder if she'll take on podcasts because I feel like shit would get done with her. Like, I feel like things would get done and she's a little gangster too. So, we can really work the whole hip hop segment, get some good ass interviews. But yep. So if you haven't checked it out, watch Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta. If you do watch it, leave your comments on SoundCloud or on Facebook or Instagram. Let me know your thoughts on the brat not minding her business or any other characters on the show. Let's discuss this. I know I can't be alone in watching this show because it's still on the air. So other motherfuckers are watching it, but I love it. Like, I truly enjoy the show now. So I'm in it. I'm all the way in it. Oh yeah, Regina Carter gets on my damn nerves too. She is literally, we've all been there. We've all been there when you're 18 and you're feeling yourself, but you don't know shit about the world. Like, you're arrogant for no goddamn reason. It's like college age people in general. College age people are the most annoying fucking people ever. And I know because I used to be that age. Like, it's entitlement, it's being spoiled, it's not understanding the world, it's thinking you're grown when you're actually not grown at all, you're smelling yourself. She is the epitome of that. Like, she's stubborn as fuck, she expects people to just bow to her, and it's just like, girl, you got a lot of learning to do. So she kind of irks me in a way, but she's a cute girl though, so that's cool. But whatever, that's enough about that. And let's take a quick break, and I will be right back to talk about turning 32 and growth and what it means to me. The LGBT Arts and Culture Music Festival invites all members of the LGBT community to celebrate life, love, friendship, freedom of expression, pride, and unity in beautiful Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, May 25th through 29th. You can register by going to lgbtmusicfest.com or call 404-756-8433. Travelers will enjoy an action-packed weekend consisting of themed parties, live entertainment, celebrity appearances, including, hint, hint, Tamar Braxton and Sean T., cultural excursions, an all-star comedy night concert, a film festival, financial empowerment seminar, health and wellness workshops, and the Vanguard Awards. It's going to be a fun weekend, you guys. Remember, you can register by going to lgbtmusicfest.com. You can call 404-756-8433. Make sure you tell them that Kevin Dwayne of the Outline Podcast sent you. Today's episode of the Outline Podcast is also brought to you by Audible. The listeners of the show will get one free audio book and 30 days for free to listen to it. But here's the thing. If you cancel, you get to keep the book because Audible is not trifling. I highly, highly, highly recommend reading Gary Vaynerchuk's Why Now is the Time to Crush It. Cash in on your passion. I've read this book twice now, and it is absolutely amazing. And it's a quick listen, a quick read. I highly recommend it. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a creative, if you're looking to live by your own means, if you're looking to execute, this is the audiobook or a book for you. You can redeem your free audiobook in 30 days by going to audibletrial.com/outline pod. Once again, that is audibletrial.com/outline pod. Let's get back to the show, you guys. Welcome back to the Outline Podcast. So, as I said earlier in the show, I'm turning 32 on Friday. And one thing that I am super, not strict, but super focused on is growth. I find it to be very important. When I was a kid, I used to kind of scoff at adults who I felt were man-children. Is that the correct tense for it? But it's people who get older, but it's almost as though they're in a state of arrested development. And often I see this in a lot of adults, people who are stuck in a certain time period. They still behave as children or teenagers, and you think to yourself, so what is it going to take for you to challenge yourself? What is it going to take for you to grow? What is it going to take for you to start being aware of self and wise up? Like, I have met people with high educations. I mean, all the accolades, all the letters behind their names and all that shit, but yet they're still behaving like children, or they're processing like kids, you know? And so one thing I like to do is to always take inventory of my life thus far and really make sure that I am growing. And you don't get that by not putting the mirror on yourself. And I truly believe that's what socialization is for. That's what our friends and our family and even our enemies and people we don't get along with and everyone we encounter, those are a lot of times our mirrors. And we can only figure out what it is that we need to grow if we realize that we're active participants. We are not victims. We are not bystanders. Yes, bad things happen to good people, for sure. But 9 times out of 10, we still play a part in the things that happen to us. You know, it's we talk about it all the time when you hear people talk about, you know, their failed relationships or things that didn't work out. You always want to say, but what did you do? You're telling me all the things that they did, but what did you do? And I understand that ego and things get in the way and keep us from growing. But there comes a time when we have to really analyze and start breaking things apart. I've talked about these things on the show before, so I apologize if I'm repeating, but I'm just being very reflective this week because it's another year of life, and and hopefully this will inspire you to self-reflect as well. I think the biggest changes for me happened in my early 20s. I think the first thing was the first time I really got my heart broken. I mean, like, really got my heart broken. That taught me about giving too much too soon. I was, young, dumb, full of cum, and just you have all the fairy tales. And sadly, in life, we have people who come and let us know that these fairy tales are actually not what we thought they were. We have this ideal in our head. And so my first heartbreak taught me that. It taught me to be a little bit more reserved and be a little bit more smarter of who I give my love to. And then also the art of reciprocation. You can't pour from an empty cup. So if you give somebody your everything, then what do you have? So that was the first lesson I got. And that was in my early 20s. And then as you move a little bit forward, I learned the art of having a backbone. I used to let people run over me. I used to be a people pleaser. In friendships and working, not asking for the money I deserve or taking on shifts I shouldn't take, being used up by people, not even relationships, but then finally learning how to say no, finally standing my ground on things that I believe in and saying, no, I'm not going with society. I'm going to do my own thing. This is what I'm going to do with my life because it's my life, So another lesson I learned moving forward, when I got into a long-term relationship, that was a big one. I tell everyone my last relationship grew me the most because it put a huge mirror on me. It let me see me at my ugliest. It let me see me when I was operating at a low frequency, actually being the bad guy, actually understanding what it's like to be on the other side of some shit. And it really got me to seeing how selfish I was and how spoiled I was. It got me to analyze my childhood. Honestly, I grew up, I have tons of siblings, as you all know, but I also was raised by my aunt and uncle as an only child. So I had a lot of only child shit in my adulthood, and I had to break out of that selfishness. I had to see outside of myself. I had to get to a place where I had to pick up a level of generosity. And that's not to say I didn't have it before. I definitely gave. But when it came to how I was in um a living situation, that's where the selfishness came out. Anyone who lived with me, I had roommates, and then I lived with my ex, and it got me to really see, like, okay, I have some very selfish behaviors that I need to work on, or that I need to just, live by myself and just call it a day. And that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. But it was important for me to go through that and grow and learn from it. And that pushes me to, where I am now. And I'm thankful for all these things because they all came from a painful source. Um, Cautionary tales are great, and we should be learning from the world around us. We should learn from other people's mistakes. We should listen to our elders. We should see things, but there's some things in life that we can only learn by living them. And my biggest lessons came from some of the most painful times in my life. But I look at who I am now, and I'm thrilled. Like, I am very much pleased with who I am right now. And it was because of the different things that I went through. Like, my independence comes from me losing my parents years ago, and then having to really move to another state and be a man. And I don't mean that in a patriarchal way. I mean that in just, I had to just grow the fuck up and get things done and realize that nothing was going to happen unless I did it. And that got me to a place of execution where I understand I can't just dream. I can't just sit on my ass. I have to execute. I have to do things. I can dream all I want, but I have to put it to paper, and then I have to take action daily and do it. But then having that attitude got me into a more fit lifestyle where I'm working out regularly, and I'm eating a cleaner diet, and I'm realizing that you can't just sit back and just say, "Oh, it'll happen." No, I have to do things. And it also has taught me patience. Patience is so important. Things don't happen overnight. You have to be patient and allow things to happen in time. But also, don't be in a rush to the finish line. Like, enjoy the journey. Like, there's something so dope about going through the scenic route of a trip because you know what you've been through. And then when you finally get to your destination, you're that much more proud. That's how I was when I first lost weight, and when I first went vegan, and when I first started intermittent fasting, and I first started kind of dropping weight. And it was just the satisfaction of knowing I did it on my own. And I won't say cheat, but I didn't have to resort to supplements or surgery or anything like that. It was like I did this because I committed to something that felt good. And then round two, I in the last month or so, I started lifting weights. And it's been, I'm on week 5 now, and it's been so rewarding. Like, my body is changing in the way that I want it to. I'm seeing results, and I'm super happy, and I can visualize what it's going to look like in summer. I'm telling you, about to be popping. But there's something about the journey. Part of me, yeah, I want this six pack tomorrow. Of course I do. But at the same time, there's something about being patient and watching the change over time and being excited about the results, seeing the differences, having other people notice the differences, and just being truly happy. And then also working out really makes you feel so good. The other day I was in the gym, and I go to the gym in my complex, and then someone was trying to get in and they didn't have their key, so I let them in. And I had my earphones in so I couldn't hear him, and he was talking to me. It was an older man. And then so I took my earphones out when I saw him, and he was like, "It feels good to work out, doesn't it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it does feel good." He's like, "It keeps you young." He's like, "I really miss working out, but I can't because of my back." And I thought about that. In that moment, I was super grateful. I was like, I'm grateful to even have this opportunity to work out. Why would I waste this being lazy? Why would I waste this time just eating whatever I want to eat and not being disciplined and actually achieving a goal? And that applies to so many other aspects in life. Why waste precious time when you are blessed enough to do stuff now? You're able. And the fact that he was like, "Man, I miss working out." That's what keeps you young, and you, it's great that you get to work out in. He was, he was envious of me, putting stacks up. And I thought that was just, it was a moment of gratefulness. Like, that could easily be me not being able to work out because of back problems or whatever. But I was like, it feels good. It felt good in the endorphin rush and how it offsets your mood. And I honestly am in the best shape of my life right now at 32. I feel awesome. I feel grateful. And um, I'm just enjoying this journey. So, other things that I reflect on with turning 32 and growth is like career things. I've learned about passion. I come from the generation who had the parents who told you to go to college, get a good job, and stay there forever, get your benefits, and that's that. But they didn't know that that's not the world we would live in now. They were just going off the world that they were used to. I don't remember who I was talking to about this. Who was that? I'm sure they'll remind me. But I've learned that it was Christina. Why would it be anyone else? It's usually Christina, Raven, or Wabi. That's who I talk to the most. But me and Christina were talking about how it seems like every generation of parents is always too late in what they teach their children because they're basing it off of their experience, but they can never predict what's going to happen moving forward. For example, our parents told us to go to college and get a good education and get a job that they can be on for 20 years because that's what they wanted for their lives. But they had no way of predicting that the economy would be what it was, that jobs would pay what they would, and things like that. And so it makes you think, like, for the parents of today, what should they be teaching their children? Should it be to teach them entrepreneurship? Should it be teaching them to open their own businesses, to follow their passions? It's an amazing thought process to consider. And what I'm learning about career is whatever you give to another person's dream, you need to give 4 times that to yourself. After being laid off once and being threatened of a layoff again recently, my mindset is always on passion. I'm always trying to affirm myself and saying, listen, I have talent, I have skill, and I have the propensity to work hard. I'm determined to never be broke. I'm determined to get work done. I will be persistent. I don't have any dependents. It's just me. I will continue to eat. And I've learned not to put fear around corporations that I may or may not work for. That makes no sense. And I also don't overextend myself for anyone that I work for. And I'll tell you why. Because if you drop dead at your desk, they're going to come, they're going to clean you up. There may be some kind of lengthy email memorial for you, but that position is going to be posted in 2 days because that business still has a need that they have to meet and have to find somebody else who can meet that need. And that is why I do not give more than I'm required of to another corporation and somebody else's dream, because what the fuck? I'm there to do a job. I'm going to do it because I have integrity, and you're going to pay me for it because of that same integrity and because of that agreement that we have. But me stressing myself up, staying overtime and doing all that stuff for what? For what? No, I'll do that for my own passions. I'll do that for my own right. I'll do that for my own businesses. And that's something that more people need to understand because these jobs are getting rid of people like nothing. My company just had a layoff a week ago. They laid off 700 people. My job was safe and that's great. I'm grateful for that. Cool. But at the same time, 700 people don't have jobs this week. And those people have families and bills and things like that. And it goes to show you how many of those people stayed late and missed precious time with their loved ones and avoided all these things and only to be let go. And then what do you have left? Like, no one's gonna remember their fucking jobs when they're older and shit like that. Like, and that's the thing about like work problems and stuff like that. Like, anything that happens at work today, you think I'm gonna remember that shit a year from now? Am not, because it's not that important in the grand scheme of things. We work because we need to live. We need to pay our bills. We need to do things. But who's to say that we can't work on our passions? We can't get money for our passions, that we can't live by our own means. That is something that we were taught by generations before us. And we need to encourage more entrepreneurs. Like we need to do that. We have to. And so that's definitely something that I've learned when it comes to career. When it comes to love, there's more than one type of love. I feel like we're socialized to only praise romantic love. We aren't taught to praise agape. We aren't taught to learn that love comes in so many different forms, and our friendships should be honored. Our family should be honored. It shouldn't just be about who you're intimate with. There is love everywhere and you have to seek it out. And just because it doesn't come with a kissy face and roses doesn't mean it's not a valid form of love. And it doesn't mean that it shouldn't uplift you. And that's something I've learned. I've learned to embrace my friends. I've learned to date my friends. I've learned to do great things for my friends, say nice things to my friends, like uplift them and really breathe life into my friends. And if romantic love should come, so be it. But it won't be at a sacrifice on my end, though. It will not. Like, just like that Eartha Kitt piece, the Eartha Kitt piece from a documentary where she was like, compromise for what? Like, why is it that one person has to compromise? Yes, you can find something that you guys can meet in the middle of the road for, but when one person is sacrificing everything for the sake of making someone else happy, for what? Why? Our friends don't make us do this. Our families don't make us do this. So why is it that just because you're fucking somebody that there's this secret rule of how much they can take from you? That makes very little sense in the grand scheme of things. So I've learned not to settle. I've also learned not to necessarily seek love, but allow love to come to me. Like, be available to it, be open to it. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I don't lose anything in this life because I've loved before. I've saw what it was like. I saw it for what it was, which is bittersweet. It has its highs and it has its lows, but I've also experienced great friendships. I've also experienced great highs in life. So be it. But I lose nothing by not being partnered with somebody else. I lose nothing because I still value myself. I still love life. I still love everything that this life has to offer. And speaking of life, the biggest lesson in life that I've learned thus far is that there's a lot of things that you just shouldn't sweat. It will be what it will be. Work on the things that you can work on, and all that other shit that you can't control, who gives a fuck? Do not stress it. The best anonymous quote I've ever seen is, worrying is literally rehearsing a problem before it even happens. And the gag is, it might not even happen. So why stress yourself? I've been faced with so many things that I was afraid of, like having to get new tires, but I don't have the money in my account at that moment. Or maybe I need to go to the doctor for something. I don't want to pay the copay or some shit. Or I got to pay for registration or tax time, my favorite time of the year. Things like that where you're just like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? But guess what? Every time that I was freaked out about something, it worked out. And then that was just it. So then I started learning, why in the fuck am I even worrying? It's going to be what it's going to be. Whether it's good or bad, whatever. If it's good, awesome. Be grateful. If it's bad, learn the lesson. Move on. But as long as you're on this side of the grave, you're good. It's going to be fine. And if it's not, you'll learn something. And don't sweat anything. Don't sweat it. Like, there's too many people arguing about petty ass shit, stupid shit, dumb shit that doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. And that brings me to the tough skin that I had to develop. Okay, so with me doing this podcasting, with me being on social media, with me doing anything creative, people always have comments. People always have things they want to say. People always have what they would call criticism or constructive criticism, but there's nothing being constructed. It's just straight up shade. There's always people saying shit because that's what they feel they need to do. I had to learn that let them say what the hell they need to say. It has nothing to do with me. 9 times out of 10, when people give you an opinion, it has everything to do with them and nothing to really do with you. And you can't take the shit personally. People are going to have their thoughts. Let them have it. At least they're talking about you. Make sure you make that go behind the click. If they leave in comments, make sure it's on your website so you can get some traffic. Get a coin from it. Because at least they're talking to you. That's called engagement, boo. That's engagement. Let it happen. Don't sweat the small shit. Mind your business. Drink lots of water. Eat more vegetables. Work out. And have a good ass time. And that's all I got. I'm excited for my birthday. I'm excited to be surrounded by my loved ones. It's going to be a good weekend. I have a couple gigs happening. I am in a very good spot right now, and I won't allow anything to taint it. And that is that. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you leave your favorite comments on Twitter using the hashtag #TheOutlinePodcast. Once again, that's The Outline Podcast. Like the page on Facebook of The Outline Podcast. Go to Instagram. Follow The Outline Podcast. Follow me, The World of Kevin, on Twitter. Go to KevinDwayne.com for dope-ass write-ups by Mwabi. And then also, I'm going to be highlighting my favorite podcast every Monday because there's a lot of great shows out there that I want to highlight. So check out KevinDwayne.com every Monday to see some of my favorite podcasts in the podcast community. And hell, I think that is it. I will talk to you all next week. Peace out.